Joining us now, Jesse Powell, the CEO of Kraken, the world's fourth largest digital currency exchange. Hi, Jesse. Jesse, what's your reaction first to this new stratosphere Bitcoin is in? The price it hit overnight, more than $63,400. How much does Coinbase's debut, do you believe, tomorrow have to do with that?
It's amazing to see a new all-time high for Bitcoin. It's now in the top 10 currencies in the world in terms of M1 supply. I think it's hard to know what influences the price of Bitcoin day to day. I think the Coinbase IPO has a lot of eyes on the space. I think a lot of people are hyped about that. I think people are increasingly seeing this as the legitimization of the space, and many people have not had access to cryptocurrency because they've been regulated out of it somehow, but they may have access to the equities markets, and they may be looking at Coinbase as a way to get exposure if they haven't already gotten exposure through MicroStrategy or Square or Tesla or any one of these other companies that have put Bitcoin on the balance sheet.
Right. We've heard about the breadth of Coinbase, the numbers of more than 50 million people who have signed up to be on it. 50 currencies you can transact in on Coinbase. So we've heard about all the so-called great things. You're a competitor. What isn't good about Coinbase? Why should I choose Kraken over Coinbase?
What we really focus on at Kraken is customer service first. We're the largest exchange in Europe. Coinbase kind of got their start in the States ahead of us, although we're a US-based company. And what drives us really is access to financial services. We want to bring crypto to the masses. We're really focused on the retail consumer market. What that pain point we had early on that forced us into Europe as our first market, a lot of people still experience today. That was because we couldn't get a bank account for the business to facilitate client transfers, and we got shut down for many bank accounts over the years. And the access to financial services is still worldwide a major problem that affects billions of people, and that's really the challenge that we're focused on serving. And we really want to give excellent customer service, excellent security. The company's been around for 10 years. We've got 1,800 people now. So I'd say that is our differentiating focus. I'm not, I could only speculate about, kind of where Coinbase is headed.
But you don't have to speculate on this because it became a fact. The last couple of weeks, Coinbase was hacked. People looked and they couldn't either get into their accounts or they found their accounts were emptied. Have you at Kraken ever experienced anything like that in your customer vaults?
I'm not familiar with this incident. There are occasionally users who get phished or their accounts are hacked or using weak passwords, or they're using the same password in other places. And that unfortunately, makes accounts vulnerable. And just like you could have your bank account hacked, you could have your PayPal account hacked. The same for crypto exchanges as well. So people do need to be very careful with their account credentials. They need to make sure they're on the right website. I think that there are very few exchanges that have stood the test of time. Kraken has been around for 10 years. We've never been hacked. So fingers crossed, knock on wood, hopefully we can maintain our high level of security.
Never been hacked. Okay. We've seen reports that you too will eventually consider a direct listing or somehow going public, possibly next year. Can you give us more on that? I mean, I would like to hear it from you and why you would consider this when you're already making a lot of money and it exposes you to the public markets. And that sometimes is not a great thing because you have to sit there and give your quarterly reports. Analysts are all over you. Shareholders are complaining. So will you go public within the next year?
For sure. And, it's kind of nice to have Coinbase out there being the guinea pig for this. And we'll see if it affects their business and their ability to move quickly. And this is a very fast moving space. And that's something that we're very cognizant of. We definitely want to retain our ability to move quickly. And, the US regulators historically have been among the most severe internationally. We're dealing with the SEC and the CFTC on a regular basis. They're asking us to shut down products that they are not able to shut down for international competitors. So they're putting U.S. companies at a disadvantage. And I think it's still on the table, whether we stay a U.S. company or not. We may be forced out of the country by overregulation or by the enforcement guys not talking to the policy guys and not having kind of a national strategy on cryptocurrency. And You probably saw
So,
the report from the former CIA director who says we need to be worried about China. Bitcoin is least used for illicit transactions, and we really need to treat this as a national security issue, a national economic issue, like we did with the internet. And I think it's something that the United States can be dominant at, but there are other countries competing, and I think we could fall behind by shooting ourselves in the foot. As far as Kraken's listing, second half of next year, we're on the road to be able to do it. We want to have the option to do it, but no guarantees we pull the trigger in the end. We'll kind of see where things are at that time.
I do just have to ask you, if you were to move to a different country, where would you move?
So we've got licenses in several other countries. Probably, Tokyo has a very robust set of regulations. The UK has a very robust set of regulations. The UAE is also very business friendly. So, I think any one of these countries, which kind of understands the business better, is not really looking to put local domestic businesses at a disadvantage to foreign competitors, which they're not able to enforce against, I think would be a good home for us.
Jesse, thank you. You've made news here. I think this is really fascinating. Please come back because we're watching the Kraken story. Thank you very much.